Periscope and Periscope, Twitter, and YouTube. Doing a little stream here, Retro Spaceball, and probably going to show my other game. It's called Light Switch Crusader. So I'll bust that out first. Now this game started as a game jam for the Ludum Dare 39, which was like last August. We did pretty well. We got 60th in humor out of like 1,300 entries, so that's kind of what we were shooting for, was the humor, and we did pretty decently, I would say. Get this headphone set up here. Alright, so the game is relatively small still. It started as just this level here. Yeah. So in the game it looks more like this. And this is the character. You walk around and you turn off all the lights. The light icon. Those are the objectives, and when you're in these rooms with the sleeping people, it increases the noise meter. So the premise of the game is that you're a homeless person, and you're breaking into this house to turn off all the lights that they left on. Hence the title, Light Switch Crusader. So I'll do a little playthrough here and kind of explain what I've been up to. I'm going to turn up the audio just a bit so you guys can hear. I know the game's a little quiet. Some stuff needs to be adjusted here. And in the corner here, you turn off the face cam. You can see that zones to clear. When you go into this zone, it says objectives. Yeah. I'm gonna do something real quick here. Make the chat message disappear after some time here. There we go. And that should take care of that. Okay, so basically
it's locked.
It's locked. You need to find a key. There's some lights outside. I'm gonna turn the face cam back on. So, walking around, looking for the key, and there's the key.
I found a key.
And now you can get inside the house, right?
Now, who would leave their lights on this late at night?
So I did the voice acting. Someone else did the programming, and someone else did the music. I came up with the concept. I animated the cat, modeled everything, did all the texturing. The only things that we didn't do was the walk animation here and the sneak animation. Those were from Mixamo. Since it was a 72-hour game jam, we didn't really have any issues using that. And if the cat catches you, you're busted, right? So that was the first level. That was what we used for the game jam. Now this next part of the game I just made recently. So the zones to clear went from 2 to objectives 51.
When will people learn?
Now there's only 50. I know that the camera's in front of it, but there's a UI down there that tells you how many lights are left.
What kind of animals?
There's still some graphical errors and stuff that need to be sorted. There we go. Over here in this area, this type of stuff. And there's some issues with the cats. Like, if you beat the first level first, one of the cats it comes over here. And it's not supposed to. I never finished this car, obviously. Just kind of a placeholder there.
People learn to be more environmentally conscious. What kind of animals?
So in the last couple weeks, I spent a couple days making this level and adjusting the scripts so that way it would work with 2 levels. Essentially, it's still the same game. I used pretty much all of the same interior models, just to make things quick. Obviously, this backyard is quite different than the other backyard, and this property is much larger than the other property.
You're wasting electricity.
And this isn't online yet. I want to do quite a bit more to it before I put it online, and I haven't really made all of the decisions yet about what exactly I'm going to do. I'd like to get the programmer involved, but he's last time I talked to him, he was really busy and didn't have time. And at the time that we made it, I wasn't strong enough as a programmer to understand exactly what he was doing, but since then I've come to grasp those concepts, and things have gotten easier for me. So the last time I opened up the game and was looking at the scripts, I understood exactly what he was doing. Some of the stuff I probably still wouldn't have been able to code just by myself, like the camera movement. You don't really notice it, but it helps a lot. Like, here's a good example here. If I hide behind this door, the camera swings up to look at you, and then so it's constantly trying to sit at this angle, unless raycasting has trouble hitting the player, in which case it lerps upwards.
I found a key.
And that's the type of thing that I would have trouble doing myself. But having his script actually helps me a lot, because now I know kind of how to do that stuff. And you know, when we did the jam, I didn't know any of this shit. I knew how to do all the texturing and the modeling and that type of stuff, and even some of the animation stuff, all that. But I didn't understand nav meshes yet. Now I do.
What kind of animal?
Yeah, everyone learns different things at different paces. He's more of a programmer type, and I'm more of an artist type. And the guy who did the music, I haven't talked to him since the jam, but I'm pretty sure he would be fairly open to him letting me use his music. Also, I'm a music producer as well, so I wouldn't have any trouble remaking music. I really do like his track though. I think he did a great job with this.
What kind of animals? Now, who would leave their lights on this late at night?
So this maze is a little bit long, considering you can't like die during it or anything like that. So I was thinking about maybe putting like some type of like, I don't know, snakes or like tarantulas or something like that, so that way you could actually die. I also want it so you don't restart completely. Like after you've beaten the zone, it'll save your progress, and then you won't have to go back, you know. Because if you spend all this time, you don't want to go back through if you die. Kind of adds to the frustration, and it works with the small level like the first one, but on a larger level like this, it's like, okay, I don't even want to play anymore. Oh, I already got it. Okay. So now I'm going inside the house.
What kind of animals? Now, who would leave their lights on this late at night?
The head kind of goes through the wall there.
This will save on the power bill. Now, who would leave their lights on this late at night? Now, who would leave their lights on this late at night?
He repeats himself sometimes.
More environmentally conscious.
That's one thing I'd like to change.
Save on the power bill.
Oh shit.
This will save on the power bill.
That was a close one.
What kind of animals? When will people learn to be more environmentally conscious?
Shit. So essentially you're just trying to avoid these cats.
This will save on the power bill.
I would like to kind of make more pets that narc you out.
You're wasting electricity.
That cat is having a rough time in there. Not really sure what's going on with that. It's gonna make this rough.
What kind of animals?
Yeah.
Now, who would leave their lights on this late at night?
I guess he doesn't see you because he's staring at the bed. Oh shit. That was close. Oh. Did you see that shit? Fucking talent.
This will save on the power bill.
7 objectives left.
When will people learn to be more environmentally conscious?
Fuck. Oh my gosh. And that's, yeah. That's how the cookie crumbles.
This will save on the power bill. I found a key.
So, I'm still working on Retro Spaceball. I'm doing both at the same time here. Last night I did like a 5-hour stream of mostly Retro Spaceball stuff. I also showed this off a bit. But it was nice to do something different for a bit, just like a breath of fresh air.
This will save on the power bill. What kind of animals? This will save on the power bill.
So now, one of those cats left, I'm pretty sure. The cat that's locked in the parents' bedroom typically is supposed to just go back and forth here. Oh shit. What happened there? I did not see the cat. So you have to leave the zone, even after it's clear. And that's one of the things that I might try to fix if I do like a save state type thing. Like, I'm not sure what to do with that.
I found a key. When will people learn to be more environmentally conscious? You're wasting electricity. When will people learn to be more environmentally conscious? What kind of animals?
See, that cat just left. He's not supposed to do that. It's like, I'm out of here.
What kind of animals? This will save on the power bill. This will save on the power bill.
Shit.
No.
So as you can see, the game's not exactly easy. Which is some of the feedback that I've gotten, which is positive in that sense, is that it's just challenging enough. At first glance, it's like, oh, this is too easy. It's like a kid's game or something. But the dark humor aspect of it, along with the challenge, you know, kind of makes it more adult-like. And I would like to keep going in that dark humor, maybe even be a little bit more edgy. Maybe change up the soundtrack, give it more sound effects, more voiceovers. I was thinking about maybe like wrapping it all up, because like right now it's just like these two. I kind of want to make a whole block, maybe a cul-de-sac, like a park bench that you can like save the game at, and then maybe like at the other end a bus stop where after you've completed the little cul-de-sac, you take the bus to like the power plant or something and like take out the power of the whole city or something like that, and that would be the end of the game. Still not solid on that. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do. But yeah, that's Light Switch Crusader, and we're going to get back to some retro Spaceball here. So just last night I took out the multi-ball feature. It wasn't working properly and it was causing more headaches and glitches than it was fun. And now it's a little loud. Let's put that back down where it should be. Somewhere like that. So I'm going to check the levels here. Yeah, that looks like it might still be a little loud. That looks a little better. Okay. So I want to put more of these blocks throughout the game, too. Yep, so no multi-ball. There's still some little glitches and stuff. Most of the graphical stuff I've fixed, which is, you know, nice. Most of it, not all of it. So that was like the intro level. And there's an issue here. I must have done something last night that caused an issue and then saved it. Let's see if I can figure out what that is. I'm just gonna jump to that scene and see if I can fix it. So it seems to be working on its own. Let's see what happens when I advance here. It's doing the same thing. Not quite sure what I'm looking for here, but there's an issue somewhere, obviously. I think it's that time has not been turned back on. So when you win the game, it turns time off. Then when you choose a new level, it doesn't turn it back on, so I'm pretty sure that's the issue. I just have to add a line somewhere to fix that. Shouldn't be too difficult. So here's that time scale. So let's take that and let's see. See now, unpause game. That used to run that, but then I was having issues because if you won the game and you pause it and then unpaused it, it would start time back up and kill you even though you won. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it after that, and that right there it's not needed because time should be turned off. But here well, just in case for changes in the future, I'll put that there too, because I do plan on making a start level button, or intro level button, or tutorial button. So here I'm just adding that line. And I might as well put it here too, just in case. And that should actually take care of it. So I'm going to back to the start scene. And we'll give it another whirl here. so that fixed the issue. That was something that I had done last night and did not test. And I have been working on new music. I kind of want to add like a synthwave or a retro wave or outrun genre music, and mix that with the chiptune sound, and kind of go in between a bit. Yeah, and being a music producer, I was hoping that, you know, producing some of the retro wave would be a little bit easier than it was. And you know, it's proven to be more difficult than I thought it would be, and that's okay. It's kind of, to me, it's more fun for that type of challenge. If it was like super easy, then, you know, it wouldn't be as worthwhile to do. Of course, it will take a little bit longer that way, but I'm alright with that. Like, even this track, it took me a good couple days, or 2 or 3 days to do, like 8 hours a day or whatever. You know, it's a good 4.5 minutes or something like that, and it's also, it was new software at the time I was learning. Had never done stuff with it before, a bunch of plugins that I've never played with before, so there was a lot of playing around. Also, I was doing live streaming for the, most of that production, and that can tend to slow things down when you're like chatting with people and stuff like that, and take a break to show off the game and that type of stuff. But it's not too bad. Learned a lot. Now this level is going to need some optimization. I had a friend who tested it on an older Android phone, and he said that it was, the frame rate drops so much that he couldn't even play it. So that's an issue for sure. It's not an issue that I've faced personally, but my phone's a little bit newer, and the computer's a little bit newer too. So I'm glad that I had a friend with an older device that was willing to test it. I think most of the reason is too much animated backgrounds, and the enemies are all active from the beginning. As you can see, they're all shooting and stuff, and there's a whole bunch of bullets and shit. And I died. 2 shields. Nice. Oh, another animus. So it's a little bit of a relief not having the multi-ball, considering that it mostly just caused problems for me. I don't know if anyone's going to be sad to see it go, but I didn't get any feedback about it whatsoever, really. You know, before the idea was in existence, I did have a friend who was like, oh, you gotta put multi-ball in there. And it was something that I already jotted in my notes, you know, considering that it's a variant of pinball in a lot of ways. But it just didn't, in the end, it just didn't seem like it was worthwhile, so a little bit of a wasted time experiment there, but that's alright. Oh, and I died again. So again, this, just like the last game, this game is quite challenging. Once you get to this level, things are not super easy. I did make it quite a bit easier than it was with all the green, like there, you're green, you can't get hurt when you're green, and then that green shield when you touch the ball also, like you used to get hurt by that too, by touching the ball. Now it's only when you touch the aliens or the shots and you're not green. So makes it a little bit easier, but it's still challenging. Shit. Thought I had that shit. Places now. oh. Right on. That was close. Oh shit, I'm like there. I did it finally. Now this is the last level in this build. I do have a prototype level that is in the works. And this level has a boss at the top, and there is another boss in the works. Twitch, I was streaming some of the pixeling of it last night for a couple hours. Just kind of jumping around last night on the stream. I've got a list that I've been kind of going off of, and just kind of doing whatever I feel like. Basically, there's so much to do that if I feel like doing something, then I take care of that. I really need to change that sound effect. Because it's a little bit annoying. Luckily I can turn it off. That's pretty lucky. It's not every day I get stuck up there. Kind of a shortcut, but it's hard to get to. Getting rocked. Okay, so I'm already hurting the boss. That's a good start. Not exactly an easy boss. Oh, come on. I want to make boss music here, rather than just playing the same track. I wanted to fade into actual, like, scary boss music to fit the tone. Add some tension here, make you feel like it's scarier than it is. Alright, so I hit both sides once. You gotta hit both sides 3 times each, so still got a few more shots to get in. So the turrets, they decide randomly whether they're aiming at you or the ball. So after they take a shot, they'll decide whether they're switching or not. They'll aim at whichever target they decide on, and then they'll shoot on a timer. I can make them shoot more or less often, but right now, since it's like the first boss, I figure I'll just keep it pretty simple, have it kind of uniform. Obviously, it's a somewhat dynamic mechanic. It's essentially the exact same thing that the first enemies are doing. Oh, and I fucking died. That's just great. I think I'm going to get back to work rather than playing the game. Let's see here. Excuse me. I think I'm going to jump on Twitch also. But I appreciate everyone on Twitter and Periscope and YouTube. If you want to retweet this, I'd be super pleased. Give it a like, follow, subscribe on YouTube. If you want to play the game, it's free. You can play it at this link down at the bottom there, rickoakland.itch.io retro-space-ball. Or you could just search Google, I'm sure you can find it, Retro Space Ball. I've got a Discord channel, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, a whole bunch of different platforms. If you're on a social platform, search for Retro Space Ball, you'll probably find it. And I'd appreciate any support. Also, there's a Patreon page. If you like donating, that would be awesome too. Totally appreciate that. Yeah. But I am going to end the stream here. Thanks guys for watching. I totally appreciate it, and enjoy your day. Find me on Twitch. I'll be streaming some more. I might actually play some games too. Probably some PS1 games or something like that. Some retro gaming. Just kind of whatever I feel like doing. Might do some pixeling. Might do some more work on this game. Not really sure yet. But thanks again for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Hopefully I see you in chat on Twitch. Peace.